The way your day is going to go is heavily influenced by how you wake up in the morning. There are all kinds of sayings expressing its importance, such as, don't wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or start your day off on the right foot. But have you ever wondered what the invisible forces shaping how your morning is going to go actually are? For example, how is the financial uncertainty that you've been experiencing, or the chronic illness that your loved one's been diagnosed with, affecting your sleep and overall health? How are these things affecting the ways in which you communicate in your relationships? How can people communicate before something stressful happens in order to develop a shield for when the stress finally arrives? These are the questions that my research team asks. We want to know how both daily and also more prolonged stressors affect an individual's relationships and their health. We also want to know how people can respond in resilient ways and actually thrive during stressful situations. Our method is complicated because humans are complicated. We know that relationships are intricate and dynamic stress systems. We also know that oftentimes people have no idea how stressed they actually are. For these reasons, we look at both the perceived stress that people are willing to report, as well as biomarkers such as cortisol, to gauge someone's acute and chronic stress levels. Cortisol is a physiological biomarker and follows a daily pattern that looks a lot like this blue line here. Within the first 30 minutes of waking, your cortisol levels are at their highest, and as you go throughout the day, they slowly decline, reaching their lowest levels right before you go to sleep. But for someone that's chronically stressed, this trajectory could look a lot different, as you can see with this red line, with cortisol levels either way too high when you wake up or peaking at weird hours of the day. If this happens, you may experience chronic fatigue or anxiety, making effective communication extremely difficult. To measure cortisol, we usually ask our participants to spit into a tube a couple times, or we'll take a little bit of their hair. We also ask participants questions about their relationships and how they communicate in those relationships. Through these measurements, we've developed a pretty good idea of who is going to be resilient during times of stress and who's really going to struggle. What we've found is that people who communicate in positive and pro-social ways on a daily basis are more likely to experience adversity as less stressful. People who use these positive relational maintenance strategies are less likely to experience loneliness, to fight, or have unhealthy cortisol levels, improving their health overall. So, if you ever find that you've woken up on the wrong side of the bed, it could be that you need to hug your partner and tell them that you're on their side. Thank you.